Hello, my name is Frank Christensen and I'm the coordinator of officials for IFAF Europe. This is the second of 3 training tapes dealing with substitutions. Today we're looking at substitutions by Team B, and we'll look at when is it legal, when is it illegal, when is it a live ball foul, and when is it a dead ball foul. And we'll look at who needs to call this. But before we get to the game film, let's have a look at what the rulebook and the MOFO have to say on this.
In the rulebook, we go to 351 legal substitutions, and Article 1 says, any number of legal substitutes for either team may enter the game between periods, after a score or try, or during the interval between downs, only for the purpose of replacing a player or filling a player vacancy. And 353 goes on with Article B to say, Team B is allowed to briefly retain more than 11 players on the field to anticipate the offensive formation, but it may not have more than 11 players in its formation if the snap is imminent. Whether the snap is imminent or has just occurred, the officials shall stop the action. In the MOFO, we go to 3410, where A says, if a replaced player is leaving the field of play or end zone, but is still clearly on the field of play at the snap, then it should be called and play shut down. C, if substitutes enter the field momentarily before the ball is dead, but don't interfere with play, then don't call it. And finally E, if the defense has more than 11 players on the field when the snap is imminent or has just occurred, they should be penalized. And that was the theory. Now let's have a look at some game film. This first example illustrates that you don't have to be in the formation for very long to be in a formation. Now, right now we have 9 players in the huddle. Number 7 coming in is the 10th player. And we need to know this right now because here come 2 more and that makes 12. If you wait to start counting until now, you're never going to make this to 12. So the trick is to count very quickly. So you have 9, with number 7 you have 10, and then 2 more is 12. And here's a good example of a situation that we want to shut down pre-snap, or even if the ball is snapped, still shut it down and make it a dead ball substitution. With B57 leaving the field here, the defense now has 12 players on the field. The referee blows the ball in there, so now Team B needs to be 11. And this is the correct time for the deep wing here, both of them, to shut this down. This is too long now. Team B is 12 in formation. The snap is imminent. This is when we want to shut this down for an illegal substitution. Right now there are 12 players in the defensive formation, so this needs to be shut down at the latest right now. There's absolutely no reason for us to miss this. And then this player runs off and he gets to there when the ball is snapped. Now this is a crew meltdown, with the exception of maybe the umpire. Everybody else should notice that this guy is running off. Certainly the wing on that sideline, the referee can see it. Center judge has a great view. The official, the line of scrimmage guy on this side should also, be able to see this. And certainly the deep guys who are primarily responsible for counting this. So when this happens, we should have caught it pre-snap, but since we don't, with this happening, as the wing, as the referee, anybody who can get in between the defense and their sideline and count right now, just because it looked so strange that this player ran off the field. And if you count to 10, that's fine. If we count to 11, we can still fix it, but it's very difficult to maintain our credibility when we miss something as obvious as this. So anybody on this crew could have stepped up and saved the day. Another situation with 12 in formation by the defense. The offense is getting ready to snap the ball. The snap is imminent. So this is one that we need to call. We need to shut it down and call it for 12 in formation. Even though B5 is trying to get off here, we want to shut this down as a dead ball illegal substitution by Team B. Another example where right now there are 12 players on defense. Now the ball is given free. Team A can snap the ball, and they might very well do so. So this is one that we want to shut down, even though this guy tries to get off and he doesn't make it. Now if he were able to make it here at the end, they would get off the hook. But my point is that as soon as the ball is ready here and the snap is imminent, and we already have from the deep wing at the bottom here, we have a count of 12. This is when we can go ahead and shut it down and call it for an illegal substitution, a dead ball foul. Here's another situation where we've got 12 players in formation on the defensive side of the ball. The snap is imminent, so this should have been shut down several seconds ago, but then this happens. One of them tries to run off. He doesn't make it, but this, if we haven't caught it yet, this should be a very clear indication for at least the sideline official here, the deep wing official on this sideline, and the back judge, maybe even the deep wing on the other side, that oops, maybe we should count again if they're doing that. And you can say, well, it's what we miss is only a 5-yard penalty, but let's have a look at the result of this play, which turns into a fumble recovered by the defense, where we should have had a dead ball substitution, illegal substitution by the defense. Instead, we give the ball to the defense, to the other team. So this is a huge miss by this crew, and something that can be avoided if we're more diligent in counting the defense. This last play is a very good illustration of the importance of counting, especially on punts. And that can be a little tricky because people are running in and out, and sometimes for a referee it can be an idea just to delay making the ball free for a second or two, just to give the deep guys an extra chance to count, because here we've got 11 players, 11 blue players in the screen, but as you'll see, there's also one down here returning the ball, so that makes 12 on defense. And again, sometimes it's just a 5-yard penalty and it's no big deal. Here it's a fairly large deal because they do end up scoring on it, and we allow Team B to score with 12 players. So that is a huge miss by this crew, and something that we need to be on top of as a crew. So that was the training tape. I hope you found something you can use on the field.